Hi children, today you are going to learn 10th class 3rd chapter, that is polynomials, exercise number 3.3. In this exercise we are going to be discuss about the relation between zeros and coefficients. Is there any relation between the zeros and coefficients? If there is a relation, then what is the procedure we have to follow in this exercise to solve the problems? As we have studied in the previous exercise 3.2, a linear polynomial will be having one zero, and a quadratic polynomial, it has two zeros maximum, and a cubic polynomial having maximum three zeros. So with these zeros, and we already know about coefficients. With these coefficients, is there a relation between these zeros and coefficients? We have to find out that. Yes, definitely children, there is a one relation between the zeros and coefficients. Okay, now then what is the relation between the zeros and coefficient? That is what we are going to learn. It will be there in your textbook before the exercise number 3.3, as you can see here. Yes, so let's go for that. We'll find out the relation between the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Of polynomial. Okay? Polynomial. Okay, polynomial. So completely here I will give you introduction about this exercise, and also will solve the exercise problems. It may be lengthy, but we have to go through this video thoroughly, then only you get a complete idea. So we go for first, we go for a linear polynomial. One by one we go like that. Linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. So we know the general form first. Okay. General form of linear polynomial. General form of linear polynomial, LP, linear polynomial. The general form of linear polynomial, suppose P of x is equal to ax plus b. P of x equal to ax plus b. Then here the zeros of this linear polynomial is only one. How many zeros it has? It has only a linear polynomial having only, it has only one zero. Then what will be the zero? As easily we can identify what is the zero of this polynomial. So here, if this P of x, if you make it equal to 0, you will get 0 of the polynomial. That is what we have learned in the 3.2. So we go for this. The 0 of the polynomial is x equal to minus b by a. The 0 of the polynomial is minus b by a. This is 0 of the polynomial. By solving we get this. If you put P of x equal to 0, then ax plus b will be equal to 0. Plus b you transfer this side minus b. A is multiplied to x, so it will be divided. So by solving we got the 0 of the polynomial x value. That means if x equal to minus b by a, if you substitute in the place of x, this polynomial becomes a 0 of the polynomial. Then let us write this 0 with the relation of coefficients. So as we know that here is the general form of a linear polynomial, that is ax plus b. Here a is known as a coefficient of x. A is known as a coefficient of x and b is known as a constant term. So we write now the relation with the coefficient. Relation between coefficient. Relation of the relationship with coefficient. With coefficients are a relationship. Are not directly write, not required at all. Let's write now the relation with the coefficient. Now the coefficient. I write relation with the coefficient. Then what will be the relation? See, simple now. The relation is the 0 will be like, see, minus What is b? B is nothing but a constant term by a is nothing but a coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. A is nothing but a coefficient of x. This is what? By this we will get this formula. By using this we get this formula. That's it. Minus, we kept minus. B is what? B and A. This relation we got from the general form. B is nothing but a constant term. A is nothing but a coefficient of x. This is we got here. It is clear. Now, see, by solving whatever answer you get here, directly by the solution also we get the same. See, for example, I write here, for example, there is a polynomial p of x equal to 5x plus 6, suppose. 5x plus 6. Let me go for, by solving this, 0 of the polynomial, by solving, we will put p of x equal to 0. Then what we get? 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Then 5x equal to minus 6. X equal to minus 6 by 5. So minus 6 by 5 is the 0 of this linear polynomial. How? By solving this. Then how can we write directly by the relation with the coefficient? The relation with the coefficient, this is important. You need to be, remember this. What is the relation with the coefficient of a linear polynomial? That is minus constant term by coefficient of x. Minus constant term by coefficient of x. In this, minus, you write here constant term by coefficient of x. What is the minus? We put the minus. Constant term is what? In this constant term, that is 6. Then by coefficient of x is 5. Minus 6 by 5. Minus 6 by 5, minus 6 by 5. This we got by solving. This is by directly by using formula. This is you study like a formula, okay? You remember like a formula, that is. The relation between the zeros and coefficient of a linear polynomial is that minus constant term by coefficient of x. This you can easily remember. If I write the other two polynomials, quadratic polynomial and linear polynomial. Okay, let's go for the next one. Quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. We know what is meaning of quadratic polynomial. If the highest power of a given polynomial is 2, it is known as a quadratic polynomial. Then what is the general form of a quadratic polynomial? General form of a quadratic polynomial. General form of a quadratic polynomial. The general form of quadratic polynomial is p of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of a quadratic polynomial. Then, how many zeros it has? We know that it has maximum 2 zeros. It has maximum 2 zeros. A quadratic polynomial maximum it has 2 zeros. Okay. Then if it has 2 zeros, here we don't have any standard form. We have only general form, but here we get standard form also. Standard form of the quadratic polynomial. So how can I tell? See, it has 2 zeros now. Here it has only 1 zero. So we'll denote like that is x only. But here we have 2 zeros. So the 2 zeros you cannot say x1 and x2. We have to study the 2 zeros like a alpha and beta. Here alpha, beta known as the Greek alphabets. To denote these 2 zeros now, here 1 0. One of the 0 is denoted by alpha. The other 0 is denoted by beta. The other 0 is denoted by beta. 1 0 is denoted by alpha. The other 0 is denoted by beta. Remember. So, he has 2 zeros now. Suppose you got 2 zeros of a quadratic polynomial is 2 and 3. 2 is a alpha, 3 is a beta. In that way we have to assume. Okay. Then these are alpha and beta. Then for this quadratic polynomial we will be having a standard form also. Okay. Regarding standard form also I will tell you. Okay. Then here first of all we will go for standard form. Standard form of the quadratic polynomial. Standard form of the quadratic polynomial. The standard form of quadratic polynomial P of x equal to standard form. See, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. This is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial. What is the use of standard form of the quadratic polynomial? I will tell you. But you remember this. First of all, the standard form of quadratic polynomial is P of x equal to x square. We know quadratic polynomial in the sense it start with the x square. Maximum power is 2. Then x square is plus, no, you put minus alpha plus beta into x, then plus 1 plus minus plus. In that way you can remember 1 plus term, 1 minus term, and next plus term. In middle we get alpha plus beta. Here alpha plus beta and alpha beta. See here, what is meaning of alpha plus beta and what is meaning of alpha beta? Here you remember first alpha beta in the alpha plus beta, it says that sum of the zeros. We are adding two zeros now. Here alpha is the one zero and beta is the another zero. This is the first zero, this is the second zero. The alpha, sum of these two zeros. Sum of the zeros is alpha plus beta. Then what is the meaning of alpha beta? It is called product of the zeros. It is known as the product of the zeros. So sum of the zeros is alpha plus beta. Product of the zeros is alpha beta. So what is the use of this sum of the zeros and product of the zeros? This is the meaning of this. So this will help us if at all they have not given a quadratic polynomial. Think that they have not given a quadratic polynomial. They gave only zeros. Suppose 2 and 3. 2 and 3. They gave two zeros. They ask you to form a quadratic polynomial. That means they did not give any quadratic polynomial. They ask you to form a quadratic polynomial with the two zeros alpha and beta. That is 2 and 3. How you do it? Simple. First you have to add this alpha plus beta. 2 plus 3, 5. Then you multiply this alpha and beta. 2 into 3, 6. That you substitute in this. Simple. X square minus alpha plus beta value as we got 5 now. 5 into x. X square minus 5x alpha beta. That is 6 we got. So the quadratic polynomial become x square minus 5x plus 6. That is the quadratic polynomial. Very simple, we can find out. There are many questions in the exercise. In the 3.3 we can discuss that. Okay. Then this, as we discussed, here general form of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, and it has two zeros. So the standard form of the quadratic polynomial will be p of x equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, where alpha plus beta will stand for sum of the zeros and alpha beta will stand for product of the zeros. Then we need to be discuss about the relation between the zeros and coefficient. That's why I told you first about the zeros. These are the two zeros. We know that a quadratic polynomial will be having two zeros. One of the zero is alpha, then other one is beta. Then these zeros and coefficient, is there any relation? Is there any relation with these zeros and coefficients? Definitely, there is one relation between the zeros and coefficients. So, what is the relation? See, alpha plus beta. Here we have this. We know that how to solve the quadratic polynomial. Yes, we know how to solve the quadratic polynomial. That I will tell you. First, let us go for the relation between the zeros and coefficients here. Okay, relation. Let me put here the heading as a relation. Okay. Okay. Then, if you go for yes. Then we go for the relation between the quadratic polynomial. Like first alpha plus beta equal. Directly we don't go for alpha. Here we go for alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta equal to simple. Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Alpha beta equal to c by a. C by a. What is this minus b and a, and what is this c and a? In the sense that we will get from the general form of quadratic polynomial. General form of a quadratic polynomial. So general form of a quadratic polynomial. See, alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, no? Minus b by a. What is b here? B is nothing but a coefficient of x. This relation we have to check with the general form. How we have checked here? See, minus b by a. Here b in the sense constant term, a in the sense coefficient of x. Here also same, minus b in the sense here. Here in the quadratic polynomial, b in the sense what? Coefficient of x by a in the sense what? Coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Now you can say here, what is c by a? C is nothing but here constant term by a, nothing but coefficient of x square. Constant term by coefficient of x square. Now this is the relationship. This is the relation between the zeros and coefficient. What is the zeros? Alpha plus beta is a zero. The formula of zero with the coefficient is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Then the next one, alpha beta equal to c by a. What is the relation between the coefficient? That is constant term by coefficient of x square. Then here this formulas you need to be remember. I will tell you how this is useful actually. How it is a useful. Let me take one quadratic polynomial. Any one quadratic polynomial, suppose p of x equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. I have taken this x square plus 5x plus 6. This is a quadratic polynomial. Then find out the zeros and check with the check relation between the coefficients. Find out the zeros. What are the zeros you got? The same zeros you have to get by the relation of coefficients, by using coefficients formula. Okay, let us find out first. We will find out the zeros of this. How can we find out the zeros? See, if p of x is equal to 0, then x square plus 5x plus 6 will be equal to 0. This we can write now. X square into 6, 6x square. Now it is 2 3s are 6. X into x square plus 2 plus 3 will be plus 5. It is value. So x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. Then in x you take out common from this, that is x plus 2 plus 3 you have to take out common to get x plus 2 in the bracket. Then x plus 2 you have to take out common, then x plus 3 will be equal to 0. Now here x plus 2 equal to 0 and here x plus 3 equal to 0. X equal to minus 2, x equal to minus 3. Okay, you got a 2 zeros here. You got a 2 zeros, that is minus 2 and minus 3. By solving we got these 2 zeros. So let us assume these zeros. One zero like alpha equal to minus 2, the other one beta equal to minus 3. Alpha equal to minus 2 and beta equal to minus 3. Then what is the sum of the zeros? Alpha plus beta equal to, sum of the zeros is what? Minus 2 and here minus 3, that is equal to minus 5. Then alpha beta equal to minus 2 into minus 3, that is equal to plus 6. Plus 6. Now we got the 2 zeros. The sum of the zeros as a minus 5 and the product of the zeros as a 6 we got it. This will check by the relationship of coefficients. This we got it, no? Remember this. This relation will get by the coefficients. But the coefficient formula of sum of the zeros, see, minus, this is what, no? So let me write here only. So directly you can know in that. Says alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a is the formula. Minus b by a is the formula. Minus b by a is in minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Now here in this question, what is the here minus? We put the minus here minus. Coefficient of x is what? Coefficient of x is 5 by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 1. That is minus 5 by 1 is nothing but a minus 5. See, sum of the zeros, whatever you got here, by the relation of coefficient also we got the same. Minus 5 and minus 5. Let us see now. Product of the zeros. Alpha into beta is known as the product of the zeros. Now c by a. What is c? Constant term by coefficient of x square. So C in the sense constant term. Here constant term is 6. By coefficient of x square is that is 1. So that is also C. See here minus 5 comma 6 sum of the zeros by solving this quadratic polynomial. By solving this quadratic polynomial, the zeros we got minus 2 and minus 3. The sum of the zeros is minus 5. Product of the zeros is 6. This also we got by the relation formula, direct minus b by a formula and c by a formula. Minus b by a minus b in the sense 5 here when you compare with the coefficients. Okay, b 5 minus 5 by a is nothing but a coefficient of x square, that is 1 minus 5. So directly we will get, need not to solve this completely, directly we also get the answer. So that is the relation, the wonderful relation of the zeros and coefficients. Instead of solving this completely and getting sum of the zeros as a minus 5 and product of the zeros as a 6, if you remember this formula, alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros equal to minus b by a. What is minus b? B in the sense what here? To understand b, I told you coefficient of x. Coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Constant term by coefficient of x square. This is the main things you have to remember. Here, these two. So directly we get answer. So one more useful thing is what actually? One more useful thing. See, now we have to find out this quadratic polynomial. Now just remember what quadratic polynomial I wrote there. Actually we know what the quadratic polynomial we have written. X square plus 5x plus 6 I wrote. But let me give you 1 0 is minus 2, alpha equal to minus 2 and beta equal to minus 3. Alpha equal to minus 2 and beta equal to minus 3. Now, can you form a quadratic polynomial? Can you form a quadratic polynomial now? అంటే ఆల్ఫా ఇచ్చాడు బీటా ఇచ్చాడు క్వాడ్రాటిక్ పాలినామిల్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. ఫార్మ్ ఏ quadratic polynomial. How can we find out? Very easy. By using standard form we can form a quadratic polynomial. To use the quadratic polynomial, standard form of quadratic polynomial is p of x equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Here first you find out alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is minus 2 minus 3, that equal to minus 5. Alpha beta that equal to minus 2 into minus 3, that equal to 6. Minus into minus plus 2 into 3, 6. Now with this we will get a quadratic polynomial directly. See, if you know the zeros we can form the quadratic polynomial. If you have a quadratic polynomial we can find out the zeros. Quadratic polynomial unte zero find out cheyachchu. Zeros unte quadratic polynomial find out cheyachchu. Gurtu. So now before case I got quadratic polynomial, I solved it, so I got two zeros alpha and beta. Now in this case I got two alpha and beta, two zeros. With the alpha and beta I am getting a quadratic polynomial. So to form a quadratic polynomial this standard form is useful for us. Yes, this standard form is useful for us. So let us write a standard form p of x equal to now x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. P of x equal to x square, we write x square minus alpha plus beta value is what here? Minus 5 into x. Alpha plus beta value minus 5. So I wrote minus 5 plus here alpha beta equal to 6. P of x equal to x square minus into minus plus 5 into x is 5x plus 6. See, we got the same quadratic polynomial now. We got the same quadratic polynomial. Yes. Before we have a quadratic polynomial, with that we got zeros minus 2 and minus 3. Now we have minus 2 and minus 3 quadratic zeros. With these zeros I got a quadratic polynomial. So there are two things here. If they have given a quadratic polynomial, with that we can find out the zeros by solving it by splitting middle method. One is alpha, the other one is beta. If at all they have given alpha and beta, two zeros they have given, we can find out the quadratic polynomial also. To find out the quadratic polynomial, we require a standard form. This we need to be remembered. So already we have learned about the quadratic polynomial. Then the general form of quadratic polynomial, it has two zeros. One zero will assume like alpha, the other zero will assume like a beta. Then the standard form of quadratic polynomial, p of x equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Then here alpha plus beta is known as the sum of the zeros. Alpha beta equal to product of the zeros. The relation between the coefficient is alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a is formula. What is minus b in the sense? We have to check the general form. Where is a b? B is nothing but a coefficient of x. Minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Then alpha beta. Alpha beta equal to c by a. C is a constant term and coefficient of by coefficient of x square. These formulas are useful. Why it is useful in this? Instead of solving complete quadratic polynomial and getting alpha beta value, directly by using this also we get the same zeros. That is what the intention of this. And see, there is one more here. There are in the three ways we can do it. When they are given a quadratic polynomial, we can find out the zeros. If they are given as zeros, alpha and beta separately. If they are given alpha and beta, we can form a quadratic polynomial like this. If they are given like this, if they are given only sum of the zeros minus 5 and product of the zeros as a 6. If they are, sometimes they will give the question like this also. That means well in advance, before itself they will add the zeros, alpha beta value they will add it, and they will tell you sum of the zeros is minus 5. We don't know what is separately alpha beta value, we don't know, but sum of the zeros as a minus 5 and product of the zeros as a 6. What is alpha, what is beta, we don't know in this case now. In this case also we can find out the quadratic polynomial very easy. This is actually directly substituting into the standard form formula. Directly you substitute into the standard form formula, where p of x equal to x square minus alpha plus beta value, sum of the zeros is minus 5 into x plus product of the zeros is 6. So p of x equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. Directly we get it. When sum of the zeros and product of the zeros is given, directly we can find out. So this is about the linear polynomial and the quadratic polynomial. We will also have a cubic polynomial again. Cubic polynomial. We have to discuss about the cubic polynomial. If you want to take a screenshot about this, you can take it here. Yes. Now we go for a cubic polynomial. I need to rub this to explain about the cubic polynomial. Yes. Already we have learned the graphical representation of linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial. So all the problems of quadratic polynomial graphs we have drawn in the exercise number 3.2. But linear polynomial graph is a straight line. Quadratic polynomial is a parabola, either upside parabola or downside parabola, depends on the coefficient of x square. Either it is positive upside parabola, if coefficient of x is negative downside parabola. Then cubic polynomial is like a curve, wave. Okay. Then here I also wrote this. Okay. Then about the cubic polynomial. About cubic polynomial. So first of all, the general form of cubic polynomial. General form of cubic polynomial. The general form of cubic polynomial is p of x equal to ax square plus bx square, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, this is the general form of a cubic polynomial. Then a cubic polynomial maximum it has 3 zeros. A cubic polynomial maximum it has 3 zeros. As in the quadratic polynomial we have 2 zeros. One we have assumed alpha, the other one we assumed like a beta. No? Here we have 3 zeros. See. So these 3 zeros as a 3 types. First zero, the second one and third one. The first zero will assume like alpha, the second zero will assume like a beta, the other zero will assume like a gamma. Gamma, alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, these all are Greek alphabets. Okay, then this is one. Next we have to learn about standard form. So okay, yes, standard form of cubic polynomial. The standard form of cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. What is that? See, p of x equal to x cube positive, then negative, immediately negative of alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square, x cube x square. Here positive, it is negative, so next positive alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x minus next, here positive, here negative, constant term alpha beta gamma. This is the standard form of a cubic polynomial. So what is alpha plus beta plus gamma in the sense? I will tell you. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to, here it is known as a sum of the zeros. It is known as a sum of the zeros. Then what is meaning of alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha? It is a sum and product. Here we are multiplying and also we are adding. Multiplying and adding. So sum and product of the zeros. Sum and product of the zeros when two zeros are taken at a time. Two zeros are taken at a time. Two zeros we are multiplying and adding. Two zeros we are taking and multiplying and adding. Then next alpha beta gamma. This is called product of the zeros. So alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to sum of the zeros. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to sum and product of the zeros. Alpha beta gamma equal to product of the zeros. Then the relation between the coefficients. Simple. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a is a formula. What is minus b? In the sense, as I told you, where you have to observe here in the general form. Minus b in the sense, here b is nothing but a coefficient of x square. Minus coefficient of x square by a is nothing but coefficient of x cube. Of x cube. Then alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to c by a. It is like a same the quadratic polynomial minus b by a, c by a. The linear polynomial is minus b by a. This is clearly, I will tell you at the end of this video. It is very important. Okay, c is nothing but here is c in the sense coefficient of x. Coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Sorry, coefficient of x cube. A is nothing but coefficient of x cube. Then alpha beta gamma. This is product of the zeros minus d by a. Minus here d is nothing but a constant term. By a is nothing but a coefficient of x cube. Coefficient of x cube. This is what. Now, then how to check the relation between the zeros and coefficient? How to check the relation between the zeros and coefficient? If you take any quadratic polynomial, any cubic polynomial, with that cubic polynomial we can solve this. In the exercise we will get clear idea how we go through this about the cubic polynomial, quadratic polynomial and linear polynomials. These formulas you need to remember. So I will give you at last, I will give you a clear picture about these three linear polynomials and quadratic polynomials and cubic polynomial. I will be writing these all the formulas now. You please observe this one. With that we can end this session. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to learn about linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. Here, the relation between the linear polynomial. Only one zero. No? The 1 0. Let us assume like alpha or x. Alpha equal to minus b by a. Alpha equal to minus b by a. Or not? Let me write this. Yes. Okay. General form first. General form. P of x equal to ax plus b. Only 1 0 no, alpha equal to minus b by a. Only relation with the zeros I am writing. Minus b by a is nothing but what here? That is minus constant term by a is nothing but coefficient of x. Yes. This is the okay. You find out this. Now next quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. The general form of quadratic polynomial p of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Here we have two zeros now. One is alpha plus beta. One is alpha, the other one is beta. Alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. See here minus b by a, here also minus b by a. This minus b by a equal to what is the formula actually? Alpha plus beta equal to here the formula minus b is nothing but coefficient of x. Very good. Next a is nothing but coefficient of x square. Simple. Okay. Here first only 1 0, so it is denoted by alpha or x. Here we have two zeros now. The sum of the zeros is minus b by a, that is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. The product of the zeros alpha beta, alpha into beta, product of the zeros equal to c by a. C by a is nothing but here what? C is nothing but constant term by coefficient of x square. Yes. These are the formulas. To remember you formulas I am writing this. If you remember the formula in general form, we can write. See minus b by a, here minus b by a, additionally we got c by a. Cubic polynomial also will be same now. Cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. General form p of x equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. We have three zeros now. First one is alpha plus beta plus gamma, sum of the zeros minus b by a. Same, minus b by a, minus b by a, minus b by a. But it will be different. The formula will be different according to the general form. It is changes. This will be changes according to the general form. So now you might be got an idea. That is, what is here? Minus b in the sense here b is nothing but coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube. Yes. Next, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to c by a. Same. Minus b by a, minus b by a, minus b by a. Here only one zero, so we don't get the other one. Here we have two zeros, so alpha into beta we got, that is c by a. Here sum and product of the zeros. Here product of the zeros, here sum and product of the zeros also c by a. But here c is what actually? C is nothing but a coefficient of x. X by a is nothing but coefficient of x cube. Always by a. In the denominator always it contains a. So coefficient of x cube. Next, product of the zeros alpha beta gamma equal to minus d by a. This you have to remember. That's minus d by a. Here minus d in the sense constant term by coefficient of x cube. X cube. So this is what we have learned. Relation with the zeros and coefficient. This is the relation between the zeros and coefficient. It has only one zero that we can solve by the problems. The relation with the coefficients I have written here. Yes. Then other than that, we have also learned about the standard form. standard form of quadratic polynomial. Standard form of quadratic polynomial. Standard form of a quadratic polynomial, that is p of x equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. This alpha plus beta you will get from here, alpha beta you will get from here. Okay. Then the standard form of cubic polynomial, here p of x equal to x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x minus alpha beta gamma. So that is the standard forms. On the cubic polynomial, how to check the relations between the zeros and coefficient? Practically we will take some problems and we will do it in the exercise 3.3. In this session, we will complete this. Only we have to go this thoroughly, very thoroughly. Watch once or twice this video and also go through your textbook once. Before exercise number 3.3, as I shown you, here there is a relation between the zeros and coefficient. If you go through the textbook, you will get an idea. Till now I taught only this. There are some problems, example problems are there. You can also go through the example problems to get a clear idea about this. So once and twice you watch the video to be understand very clearly. Okay, if at all you have any kind of doubt, you can contact me through the message. So you take a screenshot of this and keep practice. In our next video, we will discuss the problems of exercise number 3.3. Okay, till that time, keep practice and keep learning new things. Bye.